Before I start, I want to ask you to hit that subscribe button for more real-life, heart-wrenching stories. And if this one is close to home, share your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you'd do if you were in my shoes. I remember that night like it was yesterday. My phone buzzed with a text from her. My wife just drinks with a client. Don't worry, love. I'll be home late. I stared at the screen, trying to brush off the unease crawling up my spine. It wasn't her first late work night, but something in the way she typed it, so casual, so rehearsed, made me pause. All day, I had been joking with myself. I'm overthinking. She's just meeting a client. Nothing's wrong. But that small, nagging voice in my gut wouldn't quiet down. Something felt off. It started earlier in the week. Missed calls I didn't get until hours later. Her phone buzzing in silence when I walked into the room, and that faint scent of perfume that wasn't hers lingering on her coat. I tried to tell myself I was imagining things. I loved her. I trusted her. But trust isn't blind. It's earned, and lately, it felt like she was walking out of reach. By the time she texted me that night, I was on edge. The words "just drinks" echoed in my mind, each repetition more suspicious than the last. The rational part of me wanted to stay home, respect her space, but another part, the one that couldn't shake the dread, made me grab my keys and drive to the bar she mentioned. The place was dimly lit, a familiar low hum of conversation and clinking glasses. I scanned the room, heart thumping in a rhythm that felt like it could betray me any second. And then I saw her, sitting close to a man I didn't know, her hand resting lightly on his arm, laughing in a way that didn't reach her eyes when she noticed me standing there. I froze. My mind raced through a million excuses. Maybe it's innocent. Maybe I'm overreacting. But the way she shifted when she saw me, the sudden tension, the half smile that didn't touch her eyes, made the answer painfully clear. I didn't storm over. I didn't yell. I stayed hidden at first, watching, trying to catch any proof, any slip that could explain the feeling that had been building all week. And then, just as she laughed again at something he said, she leaned in and kissed him. Every memory of our life together flashed before my eyes. The morning she made me coffee, the quiet nights we spent talking until the house was silent, the promises we whispered each other in the dark. And each memory suddenly stung like a lie. I left without confrontation, driving home in a daze, hands gripping the wheel so tight my knuckles burned. I thought about calling her, screaming, breaking something. But I didn't. Part of me was still in shock. Part of me still loved her too much to add chaos to the moment. Over the next few days, I noticed all the little things I had missed. The way she hit her phone, the way she smiled a little too quickly at a text, the late nights that suddenly weren't about work. It all fit together now like pieces of a puzzle I had refused to see. When I finally confronted her, it wasn't dramatic. I didn't throw plates or shout. I just asked her calmly, "Why?" And the weight of the betrayal hung between us. She admitted everything: guilt, excitement, fear, confusion. She didn't make excuses. She tried to explain her loneliness, her doubts, the temptation she hadn't been strong enough to resist. Hearing it hurt more than I ever imagined, but it also brought clarity. Love alone can't cover deceit. And trust, once broken, isn't something you can patch over with apologies. I chose to leave. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, but because I had to preserve what was left of my dignity, my self-respect. I packed a bag, took the keys, and walked out, leaving behind the home and the life we had built together. Even now, I catch myself replaying moments, wondering if I could have noticed sooner, if I could have saved us. But grief and reflection go hand in hand. What stays with me is a quiet strength I discovered in the aftermath, the ability to survive heartbreak without losing myself, to face betrayal without letting it define me. I'm not perfect, and I don't pretend to be, but I know now that love without honesty is nothing more than a fragile illusion. And some lessons, though painful, are necessary. If this story hit you in the gut, I want to hear your thoughts. Have you ever faced something like this? Share in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that cut deep, but teach you the hard truths about love, trust, and strength.